What are you doing, Scooby? Scooby bothering me. He wants to go home. It's 10:30. It's past his dinner time, see? Okay, so I got this all wiped up pretty good. Don't really see too much hanging around. Went across the whole bottom here also. Got it all cleaned up. So now we're going to do our two drain plugs. This one here and this one here. You could put this in there right now also and seal it all in there, but the problem is it's hard to engage this worm gear on here when you have this thing in there. So I always wait until I get the transmission in there. Then I come in there and put this thing in there. So that's one of the last things you do. Okay, this is the oversized plug that I made up, or I got. I don't want to use that nylon wash. We're going to use this thin copper one. So I'm going to double goop this thing all up with 3-bond. And this is the other one. I'm going to put 3-bond on this one and goop it up, put it in a case too. So this one here takes the stock one here, and this one here is the one that's all oversized over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do those two right now. Let them sit up before I put any kind of oil in this motor. Okay, it's just a factory copper washer, or actually this is brass, but this plug has a little bit of a lip around it. The washer goes around it like that, and that's what seals it. So I goop up all the surfaces, including the threads, jam it in the case, and everything should stay in there nice and tight and sealed. Then I wipe off everything on the outside so you can have a bunch of goop all over the place. So it doesn't look like this with a bunch of goop everywhere. Looks kind of tacky. But it is gooped. Once again, our goop is the 3-bond again. First thing we do is this one. So I can go ahead and, there's like a groove in here. I'm going to put goop around the whole groove there. Just down, you can see it better. The whole damn thing in there. Make sure you fill that whole groove in. That way when it dries it'll be like a big fat O-ring in there. Okay. Take the washer and drop on the floor at least once. Gotta drop it to make sure it's good. Okay, put that in there and I put another layer of goop all the way around that. Make sure it's well gooped. Put a little bit on the threads too as we go around, not too much, just a little bit. Okay, that one's pretty well loaded up. So now we go ahead and put that in the case over here. Stand kind of gets in the way here a little bit. Make sure that washer goes on where it belongs. It likes to move around as you're trying to tighten. Alright, nice and messy. Okay, I'm going to tighten it up. It's 5/8 wrench. You can see better when I come over here. So I just come from underneath here, the box wrench on here. Like that. Come up from the top, up this angle. I'm going to put a little pressure on there. A fair amount of pressure, but not super tight, but it's tight. a good 15 foot-pounds on there probably. Alright, so that one's all in there. Now we do is we go in here and wipe off all this excess goop. Hard to get up in here though. Hard to watch when I'm doing a video at the same time. Okay, that's going to have to come back for more later, but anyway, we got one more to get in there, so same thing. Got to goop it all up, get it in there. Well, that was the good hole back there. This other one's the bad hole. There you go. Same deal, you got the big groove in there to fill in. Take your flat washer. Hit it again. So the threads are getting all coated this whole time, so there's a fair amount of goop on this thing. It's very well gooped. Come on. Keep turning half a turn, it falls back out. Okay, half of that came right back off of my fingers. So it's the same one, you got to goop it up when it's in there. Clean all the junk off of it. Okay, this one should be a 3/4 inch. Feels pretty mushy, so I'm going to stop there. It doesn't have as much torque on that one as the other one. It might have got to 10 foot-pounds, but that's debatable. Those threads are definitely not the best. Okay, now we wipe this thing down pretty good. Back on this one again. Switch over to our cleaner rag. All right. There's that one there. There's that one there. Should be pretty well loaded up. So hopefully it'll seal up and not ever leak there. Okay, we're going to let that sit up overnight before I go any further in the rest of that. I still got to deal with the left main seal I took out, so I got to go over there. Get the goop off your tools now before it gets too dried up on there. Don't like a lot of goop on my tools. Okay, done with that. I got to deal with this on this side now. Okay, we got our new seal here. We'll go ahead and tap that in there. I got a bunch of lithium grease or something there. I don't know what all that white crap is. Unknown. Get all that junk out of there though. You don't know what it is, get it out of there because it might not be compatible with everything else you're doing. Okay, make sure the spring is good. Make sure it's not all constipated with crap on the backside. Looks good. Put a little bit of oil on the finger. Now you put oil in there instead of grease. Like that, it's ready to go together. It went about halfway in by hand, but not all the way. Okay, now we gotta not beat on this case, but we need to do something here so I can get flipped over. So we're gonna put a board under here. I think we'll do it. That's what they make 2x4s for. Okay, now I got access to see our seal here. So it's sticking up on the air a little bit. I'm going to knock it down flush. I'm going to use my 3/8 punch here. It's kind of working around evenly. Hear steel, you know it's all the way down. There you go. Don't need no fancy tools, just got to be careful. Okay, so now it's flush with the steel right there. So that's in there. And you can see how the seal is not up against the bearing on the side in there. So the seal will still work. Alright, so we got that all in there. And we also didn't beat on my pinion shaft because it's way above the workbench. That's good. Okay, we already torqued these all down good, so we know they're good. Hey, it's on a firing mark. Look at that. Okay, so I think at this point we're about done for the night. Go ahead and stand this back up. Okay. Make sure things still rotate correctly. Feels good. The last thing you want to do is you want to look at your pinion shaft right here. Make sure it's not wobbling or doing anything stupid. Not me, it. So you usually can see it wobbling. If it wobbles at all, you can see it. Looks pretty damn straight. You also want to look at your gear teeth and make sure they're not doing weird stuff like this also. If so, the gear is bad. It also appears to be running true and straight. So that's what you want to see. No wobbles, everything nice and true. You don't need an indicator on there to see that. You can see a couple thou pretty easy. So, alright, so we're going to let this sit overnight and dry all up. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll see about putting all the lower end stuff together. Yeah, maybe we can get the whole motor done, who knows. We'll at least get the this all together, get the transmission in there and go from there. All right, that's it for night. Scooby wants to get out of here. You ready to go home, Scooby? Huh? You ready to go? Yeah, see, he's happy now. He wants to go home. All right, that's it.